Hi guys, what's up? Little Pepper Lady here. It's Thursday, August 8th, 2019. Um, and actually, Brian sent me this article and I kind of looked at it and I got to thinking. Um, there was an individual who was shot in Maryland over a red flag law. So, in case anybody is not familiar with what these are, there are actually 17 states now that have this red flag law. So it kind of varies, depending on the state and whatever. But essentially, this law states that uh, family members, relatives, friends, um, law enforcement, mental health professionals, etc., have the ability to file a case against almost like an order of protection against somebody who has a gun and they consider to be dangerous to themselves or others. And then the police, then once this has been approved, can come to your home and forcefully remove your gun that you purchased legally, that you went through the background check for, that you were cleared for, and they can literally rip it out of your hands and confiscate it for however long the judge feels fit. So, this isn't like anything new as far as the law goes, but this was brought to my attention, like I said, by Brian, and I'm sitting here going, okay, I hadn't heard anything about it because there's not a whole lot of cases that occur, except for with these more recent instances, and we're constantly having these tragedies happen all over the country. I feel like now they're going to start enforcing this even more. So here's my issue. First of all, you're going to allow somebody, anybody essentially, to deem somebody a threat to themselves or a threat to other individuals based on what? Just your opinion. And then you're going to get a judge to say, yeah, that person, is a danger to themselves or society. And then you can have your gun that you legally, went through basically hoops that you have to jump through to have a gun. I've had a gun. I know what you have to go through in order to get them. And it's a pain in the butt. And it takes a long time. So these individuals are having their rights taken away from them, that they went through all of this to obtain these legally. And, they have them, and now they're going to have them taken away. So here's my issue. I feel like this is going to happen more and more and more. And I feel like this is how they're going to get around, the issue with the Second Amendment rights. They're just going to start deeming everybody a danger to themselves or society that has a gun. And they're going to just start pulling them away. So with this instance, what had happened is this guy was like, I'm not giving you my gun. I'm not a danger to anybody. I'm not a danger to myself. I'm not giving you my gun. And he went to whatever, hold it. And I've read 2 different things where it said that he shot it, and then there's other parts that said that he didn't shoot it, so who knows. Anyway, he had the gun and the cops killed him because he wouldn't give up his gun that he legally got. Now, here's my next thing. People are still going to get a hold of guns, whether they can get them legally or illegally. If they want to do something with a gun, they're going to find a way to be able to get a gun. So all of these legislations and all of these things that are happening and attacks on our Second Amendment rights isn't going to change anything, because if somebody wants to do it, they're going to find a way to do it. That's just my opinion. You can agree, you can disagree, you can whatever. But we also always have to remember that it's not guns that kill people, it's people that kill people. So you could have somebody, and how many times have we heard with all of these stories that, they talk to witnesses and they talk to relatives and they talk to friends, and these people say, I never would have ever thought that this person would have ever done that. There were no red flags. There were none of this. There was none of that. How many times we hear it? Not all the time. Sometimes there are. But a lot of the time when these things happen, there's no red flags. There's no warnings. There's no indication that, you know, these people are going to go and do these kinds of things. So do I feel like this is going to make a difference? Probably not. My whole thing, though, I feel like I'm not a huge, I don't have a gun. I don't own a gun. But Brian and I have been discussing it, and we want to get guns because pretty soon I feel like it's going to be where you're not even going to be able to go through the process to even purchase a gun anymore. I feel like it's just on that path, and it could potentially get to that point, and I want to make sure that I have, you know, it put away someplace. And if they come to try to confiscate my gun, well, they're not going to be able to find it because I'm going to make sure it's hidden someplace where they're not going to be able to find it. And I don't know. This whole thing is crazy. And the fact that they think that this is even going to make a difference is beyond any type of comprehension as far as I'm concerned, because it's not going to make a difference. If anything, we're going to see more cases like this where people are saying this person is, you know, unfit to have a gun, even though they've already passed background check and done all of that stuff, and they own the gun legally. I feel like we're going to see more of these cases where the police are coming to try to take guns, and it ends tragically. That's just my opinion. We'll see what happens with it. But I thought that was kind of interesting, and I feel like that's kind of the direction that everything is going to be going as far as all of that goes. Let me know what your guys' thoughts are on this. You know, I think they're going to just continue to try until forever and a day. Honestly, I don't think they're ever going to give up on trying to take away our guns. And they're going to create more instances where, you know, taking away the guns is the only solution, or stop the sale of guns. You know, could they eventually somewhere down the road go, well, I guess, you know, normal civilians, unless they've had a mental health check, or if they're on any type of medication, they can't have a gun. Is it going to start being that probably in depth? Probably. That's probably what we're going to see. You know, if you've ever had any type of an issue, if you've ever been on antidepressants, if you've ever been on ADD medication, if you've ever been on, you know, anything, you know, that'll probably start being, you know, part of, you know, them determining whether or not you can even own a gun in the first place. So for those of you who don't own guns, like myself, I feel like we should probably better get out there and do it before it's something that they're going to find their way around and prevent us from being able to even have the ability to protect ourselves when SHTF happens, because it's going to happen. Just with everything that's been going on and all the craziness in this world on a day-to-day basis, anybody who sits there and thinks that some type of major situation isn't going to happen, I don't know what you're looking at, but I'm not looking at rainbows and unicorns. I'm looking at, you know, catastrophes and all this crazy stuff going on. People are literally going crazy. And I think there's going to be a situation occurring soon, and I think we need to be prepared for it. So this is one aspect that I'm going to start working on. I'm going to go ahead and fill out the paperwork and looking to determine what kind of gun I want to get, and then I'm going to hide it really, really well. So let me know what you guys think about this. And as always, guys, always remember, everything does happen for a reason. So whether you're having a good day or a bad day, you're in a good situation or a bad situation, just stick with it. You're on that journey for a reason, and everything's going to be okay. Also, always remember, forget about the past. There's not anything that we can do about the past other than learn and grow and try to be better people from our past. We need to be living our lives right now. Tomorrow's not guaranteed. We all could not be here tomorrow, so it's important that we're living and loving and laughing and enjoying our family and our friends right now while we're staying focused on the future. That's all I've got for you guys today, and I will talk to you tomorrow evening at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time in the live stream. Bye, guys.